Okay, so I'm going 6-2 with my 14 land Boros in a quick draft M21, and now I'm starting my last game, so there's a mythic player waiting for me, number 553. So I could use a 2-drop, but there isn't a bad probability for me to get it on turn 2 because I have 2 draws. Opponent is on the play. And this really needs or maybe needs is too strong a word, but it really benefits from a good curve of 1-drop, 2-drop, and then battalions. So I'm looking forward to that. So to get full value of this Furious Rise, they should play this, but this doesn't affect the board well enough for them, I think. So it's not great here. Let's see. Okay. Works for me.
Share bread with me, friend. My sand will protect you.
So if they have some removal, I can die here, unfortunately. More than one removal would be needed, so if they will cast this elf, this Lanover Visionary, I think they won't kill me. Okay, this is worse. So let's see if they have something good. So some combat trick as well. But yeah, I survived if they don't have shock or something. So still more speculation. Okay. So even not only a shock. Okay, so this was close, an interesting game. So I'm still at the beginning of Diamond Tier 1, but this draft was pretty interesting. I regret this one game against Boros, where I think I should put more defense and that would improve my chances. I suppose I could have taken it slower, but I assume that I am a smaller Boros. I have my most expensive cards are for 3 mana, so I thought that time uh, isn't running on my behalf. So I should have closed. Should have tried to close the game sooner. So that was my reasoning. But I think I should have played it safer. At least in the last turn, with not playing both creatures, but leaving one red mana open to kill one their 4/2 if something comes. And with Immolator. So I could tap Immolator for the striker or even attack with it. And kept some other blockers, so the Immolator would improve my attacks, but still would be a safety net if they played something like this, so I could kill their 4/2 creature. Okay, so let's take another look here. Like I said, the 3 mana is the most expensive slot here. So this deck lacks removal. That's its main downside. I cut my 5 mana turn to Slack and just went all in on cheap aggression with asking the opponents for 2 for 1, but still just casting cheap spells that enabled my attacks and improved them. So this is how it looks. So 5 auras. I don't play auras often, and here I went very aggressively on that side. And so the most radical deck I've built in a regular set. I don't count cubes, and I don't count Icoria's cycling decks, which were playing even 13 lands isn't as radical as playing 14 lands in a regular set where only Defiant Strike is a cheap cantrip spell and Sky Scanner is more expensive cantrip. Okay, so this is how it looks. If you're interested, let's see what will I open in my booster, and I have 40% chance that I'll have 2 boosters, so let's see. Okay, cool. So what do we get here? And gems. And I don't think it is playable in constructed, but so we've got spell piercing historic is much better, I suppose, countering more than instant and sorceries. So even if it's pay 2 not pay 3, it's much better in my opinion. But in standard, I think it's still too narrow, but I don't know the current meta, and especially best of 3 meta, so maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe some tech is playing this in their sideboard, but I don't think it's good enough. And another 20 gems, and this I think I saw in some Boros decks. Opt is certainly a playable card in constructed, and that's it, I suppose. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't seen previous videos of this draft, I think drafting and building a deck, the first 2 videos, may be very interesting because this deck was so radical, but the gameplay as well, and I made some mistakes. Unfortunately, 6-3 is still a good score. I'm happy with it. So if you haven't seen some of the videos, there's a playlist linked in the description. See you.